Hello everyone, welcome back to Argsy Farms here on the Oaks. And well, it's September, not that you can see because I've got my HUD hidden. So we've moved forward a couple of months. I was away for all of August, so we weren't able to do anything on the farm. But in the meantime, we have had our cattle delivered, as you can see, sitting out here in our pen in front of us. So we have we've got 40 animals in total, 10 Holstein bulls, 10 Holstein calves, and 10 Angus bulls and 10 Angus calves. We're just giving them a run to see which are going to actually work out the best for us in the long run. Quite a price difference between the Angus and the Holsteins. The Holsteins are quite a bit cheaper, so interested to see exactly how this works out for us over the next wee while. Had the feed mixer here that is all been working out really well. Their feed's getting a little bit low, so we are going to have to get some and get in there and give them some more feed. We've had a farmhand out helping us do that while we're away and keeping them all fed and happy, so they're all looking good. But the plan is sort of every month or every couple of months, maybe every quarter, we will go through and add in a few more calves. So the idea being, once these big boys are ready to be sold, the next group will be coming through and we'll be able to just slowly replenish them and have a regular income every 2 or 3 months off our animals. So hopefully everything's going to work out pretty well. They'll look very happy in there, which is nice to see. But that's not our main plan today. Our main plan is to get over into our 2 arable fields, our canola and wheat, both well and truly ready for harvest. We're in day 6 of 7 in September. We've actually only got today and tomorrow to get in here and get them harvested, so we really are cutting it a little bit fine. Now, something a little bit different with the canola. I'll explain that to you as we are going, but we need to take the tractor here. We'll leave the feed mixer just behind. We need to take the Massey. We're going to go pick up a trailer. We're borrowing another farmer's combine. We borrowing that off Bovine, so we're going to head down to his farm and go and pick that up, and we need to go and pick up his trailer as well. So we need to take our tractor and we will head on down and go and pick all those things up and head straight to the fields to make a start on our harvesting. We're just heading down here towards Bovine's farm and just interested to see, back there we can see him just there, there's sheep, and it looks like, not sure what he looks like, he had a lime spreader, but he has expanded this field on the right here. Looks like he's purchased that one and a couple of other fields in this area. This one in here on the left. They're sort of 3 of the smaller fields that were left, so he's certainly taking the chance to jump in before anyone else does, because the pickings are getting a little bit slimmer. But good to see. He's obviously making a decent amount of money off his operation down there, which bodes well for us because we're not quite mimicking him with the cattle. We are doing a little bit of our own thing and keeping the arable as well, but certainly good to see that he's making some money and able to expand his operation, and nice to bump into him while we're out here on the road. Now we're carrying on down to Bovine's farm, and part of the deal we have with Bovine for using his combine, he is buying all our canola off us. He's set himself up with the oil factory, and he is going to be taking the canola and converting that into oil. We've agreed a very good rate with him. It's a little bit lower than the maximum rate we can get when the time comes to sell. I just need to make sure, I think we carry on straight here. The maximum sale price, in fact this might be him just here somewhere, is it? No. Better check where it is. Right, we're a wee bit further to go yet. Right at the next roundabout, and then we'll be heading in the right direction. But yeah, he's going to buy that canola off us at a slightly reduced rate, but he's going to pay us for it now. And in exchange, we're able to use his combine and trailer to harvest both the canola field, and he's also allowing us to use it to do the wheat field. So I think all in all, it's not a bad deal. We get some money income now. We're getting down a little bit, having bought the cattle and obviously having to service our loan, service our debts. We're getting a little bit down on our money, so I think it's going to work out pretty well in the end, probably for both of us, which is good. So anyhow, let's carry on down. We'll go and get the trailer hooked up, take that back along, then we'll come back down for the combine, header and everything like that, and we will go and make a start. That'll be him over there. It's a bit hard to hide an oil factory in the Norwich countryside, isn't it? So let's go and find the way in. I think it's just up here around the corner. In fact, not even around the corner. This looks like it here. Let's just get turned in. He said he'd left everything ready for us, and there we go. Look at that. Combine trailer all set up, ready for us to run down to our fields. So let's get things hooked up. Things are going. Now I'm looking forward actually to using the T560, I think it is he's got here. It's not a combine I've actually spent a lot of time in. You go, T560i, and I think it's a 25-foot header on the back, so it should get through our fields pretty good. Should be a good size actually for what we're doing. A little bit bigger than the little Deutz Fahr combine that we used last time as well, so hopefully a bit more speed, a bit more capacity in the hopper, and we'll be able to get things through things just a little bit more efficiently. So anyhow, enough talking, let's get hooked up and get back down to the field. See you down there. Alright, hooked up. Slight change of plans actually. We've just had the offer from Dazed to give us a hand with hauling, with carting, and Bo's actually just logged in as well to the server, Bovine. So we might see if he wants to give us a hand. It would be handy if we can. We'll start in our wheat field, and that way we can get our straw baled up at the same time. So yeah, it could be quite a busy, productive day down in our fields with a little bit of extra manpower helping us out. So I'm going to jump in the combine, take that down, and we can figure things out from there. Alright, well here we are, canola there on the left. We can head on down this way just a little bit further, make a start in the wheat, like I said. We'll just have to figure out, we might jump out and have a quick look at the header trailer. I think it is loaded up from the right hand side. We turn in this way. We have to do what we did last time, we have to wreck a little bit of our crop to get it off, but let's see. Turn in here, we'll just go and double check that we're parking on the right side. See, we're not. It's loaded on the other side, so good thing we didn't carry on and do that. Right, we'll get out of the way of this car. I might have to figure out how we're going to do this. See if we can squeeze down the edge here without destroying too much of our crop. Unhook, and then get things hooked up. Get the header. I can just see it there in the mirror. That should be out of the way far enough. We'll get that disconnected, and then we'll get hooked up and moved out of the way. Right, that's going to work. Okay, let's get this hooked up and make a start on getting some wheat harvested. Alright, there we go. That's the header off the back of the trailer. Going to be able to get the header off the actual trailer without getting caught. Downside to doing this off a little bit of a slope. Had this problem before. Right. We'll get that sorted. There we go. That's off. Header's in the way, but we'll sort that out in just a second. Alright, so header's on. Let's get down here, squeeze in and get the electrical things in, PTO and everything like that. And should be good to go. So he is here and ready to help us out. So, sure, back this back around. Turn it up. There we go. Look at that, we are up and underway now. Make sure we are getting some swath dropping out the back, so we'll get out and check that in just a second as well. Let's have a look. We have a nice pile of straw there, which is going to be fun for the baler, but we're into it. We have started. Good times. Been looking forward to getting in and getting started on the wheat here. It's taken a while, and we've got a lot of ground actually to cover. So we'll just get that set up, turn our GPS on in just a second, turn on our cruise control, and we'll get things up and running. But this is all going to be going well. Actually going to be fantastic to get this harvested, and obviously get the straw off it and everything like that. Daze is going to bring down his baler, so we're going to have plenty of help getting things done. This is a good start. So we'll get around, we'll get the field opened up, and we'll get into it. Alright, well we haven't quite made it full way around, unfortunately. There we go, 10,000 litres. It is us full, but on the radio to Bovine, and I'm going to see if we can overload over the hitch. I don't know how long this auger is. It's going to hold up a little bit of traffic, but gee, tell you what, it's going to work. Good length auger. Hopefully he can get close enough. We'll be able to dump straight into there. Oh, I think we're just at the wrong angle. Let's just Let's have a look. We'll ignore the fact he's driving through the hedge, but I reckon he could have got close enough to do it. Let's just back up there while he's... There we go. A little bit unorthodox. It's a bit rough in there under the hedge, but it's working. We'll just ignore this one and we'll carry on. Once we get around the field, things will be opened up and back to normal. So get this unload and we'll see how we go. Alright, there we are. Empty. So let's carry on. Some more of this done. Well, there we go. We've just about got all the wheat done. A fair few loads actually Bo's taken out of here. Of course, the weight limit does restrict it to only taking 16,000 litres of wheat, but also a good amount of bales Bo's has got there for us as well. So he's done them at the smallest size he could, about 7,000 litres each. Reason for that is I was thinking about our T-bar mixture and filling up our mix, and we've got 16,000 litres between our silage and hay, so we actually need a couple of thousand litres of straw. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we do with that. I know they still buy them off us if we're interested, so we'll keep an eye on that, give it some thought, and see exactly where we end up. Now, we should be able to fit all this in. I don't know how full Bo is, but only a couple of short little passes here. And then we'll go and get the header put on the back of the trailer. In fact, we need to move the header trailer and get that little bit done that's over there. But that's us done. Happy days. So we're going to get moved over into the canola and tackle that next. Alright, we're being a little bit naughty here, but Daze is down at the field entrance, Bo's behind us, and we're just going to run the combine down here with the header on. No cars coming, they've got the traffic stopped. Jump in there, you can see Dazed up there in the front, blocking us, so it saves taking the header off. We can get down here and get straight in. We don't have to wreck any of the crop on the way into the field or anything like that. Cross our fingers that we can actually fit in through the entrance. Okay. And easy. Then we can just put that straight on. Straight into carrying on in this field. Perfect. Alright, well, that's us done on wheat. Straight into the canola. And like I said, this is going to end up down in Bovine's silos, but I think for now, we're having a chat, it is going to go into our silos, and we'll store it for him for a little bit, and we'll worry about getting it delivered down to him in the not too distant future. So yeah, perfect. We'll carry on here and get the canola harvested. Well, we've got our way through our canola field, just about all done here. Edging up towards 6,000 litres here in the combine. And I think we've already got about 37,000 litres back in the silos, or at least Bovine's just taking his most recent load down there, and that had 21,000 litres in it. So 16 we'd already done, that was 37, and we've got another 6, there we go, 6,000. So that's 43,000 litres, which is pretty impressive. I think the field info had predicted about 40,000, so almost 10% over that, which is pretty cool. Of course, we've sold all this to Bo, we've agreed a rate with him, and obviously got the use of the combine as part of that as well. So it's worked out pretty well, must admit. So what are we getting up with? 668. There we go. So we'll get that turned off, lift the header up, and we'll head on up. We're going to have to get Bo to bring the header trailer through with the tractor, and we can get everything offloaded and put on the back of the trailer, and get his combine cleaned up, give it a good wash, and take it back over to his yard. Now, also need to say, obviously Days has baled at that straw for us. There was 48 bales in there, 336,000 litres, and well, she's stacking it all on the side of the field. You might have seen it in the background, you can just see him over there as well. So yeah, pretty happy with how everything's worked out today. It's been a real team effort. Alright, we got Days just bringing over the header trailer for us, which is good. Bo actually came in a different way, so he's already been and gone with the rest of the canola. So we'll get a final figure, exactly where we've ended up with, but it's going to be around 44,000 litres or so, which is going to be good. Very impressive. Right, just get in there. Days a little honk there to tell him he's in the right spot, or near enough for us. I'll do what I've already done. And it should be. Let's go. Perfect. Right, here we go. We can hook this up onto the back of the combine. We'll fold the combine and everything up, and we'll be able to take this back. And like I said, we'll run past our farm. We're going to give everything a good clean off, and everything will be all sorted. Back in there. Days going to hook it up for us. I'll run them over. There we go. Done. Perfect. Thank you, Dazed. Alright, there we go. Everything looking much cleaner. Got the combine washed off. Give the header a quick squirt as well and get it nice and clean. And that'll be good to go back to Bo's farm. Gonna get it parked up. In fact, we might, it'll be nice. I mean, he hasn't charged us for the use of this. So, we just disconnect that. We'll run around the back, top it up with diesel, and get it back down to his yard. Well, here we are, back down at Bovine's yard. Got the combine back. Probably going to go through it and check that it's come back with no scratches. But we've just been told, just leave it there, he's going to sort it out, put it all away. So, turn the hazards off, everything else off, make sure all turned off. Here we go. Perfect, beautiful. It was fun, actually enjoyed using that combine. Good job. But I got through everything really nice and fast, and just worked a charm, worked a treat. Nice little combine, perfect size, the size map. So yeah, right, let's get ourselves, don't know how, we'll magically make our way back up to our yard. Well, there we go, look at that stack of bales that Dazed has done for us here in the wheat field. They're all out of the way, so yeah, that's good. So, I'm not sure what the plan is for these. I was going to keep some of them for the TMR, but obviously we only need a couple of thousand litres at a time to go into our mix. So whether we need all these bales, whether we sell some of them, I don't know what the plan is. But anyhow, we are going to have some work to do in these fields in the not too distant future. This one could put a little bit of pH on it, not too much, but the one next to us definitely needs more pH, definitely needs some lime put on it, and it needs to be ploughed probably too, because we haven't ploughed it. We bought it with the canola in it, so a bit of work to do next to us there. Otherwise, I am hoping to try and get a cover crop planted into these two fields for over winter. Obviously that'll give us that little bit of a bonus from the government subsidies in the new year, as well as a little bit of fertiliser when we come to plant into them next. So I'll need to figure out exactly what we are going to plant in these two fields. And while we're looking at it, just pop down here to our grass fields. These are 1 month away from being ready to harvest, I think. So November we should be able to get another good cut off these. Get some more silage made. We also need to probably make some hay. I'm just looking at our amount of stock we have in storage, amount of hay we have in storage. I think if we're going to keep our animals well fed over winter, we're going to make sure we need to have a little bit more hay to do that. So probably get hay off one field and silage off the other, and then we'll be good to go. But otherwise, everything's looking pretty good. So good to get those harvests done. Let's just take a look at what we ended up with. So down here at the grain silo, Bovine's left his trailer here. He's going to use that to pick up the canola. But taking a look here, we ended up with 44,500 litres of canola, 83,000 litres of wheat, and 336,000 litres of straw. So straw and wheat combined, we actually got a potential value of almost $50,000 off that field, which is good. Add into that the 5% or the bonus that we get for precision farming. That actually came out alright. Canola, 32 grand, 44,500. We have agreed to sell that to Bo at 710 per 1,000 litres, so we'll get a little bit less than this. but still, it's going to be a pretty figure once we get into it. So it's looking good. Good amount of money. Solid 160 grand. So we have to think about what we're going to do, because I think we need to start growing a little bit more. We need to figure out whether there's an option to build another, or buy another field, whether we could consolidate what we have and do something a little bit different. So a few things to think about. Anyhow, it's us done for another episode here at Argsy Farms on the Oaks. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.